All right, hey everybody, back with another news feed here for you. And again, if you want to find any of this information, these articles for yourself, just at the top right here, all you have to do is type in car scoops and then type Toyota dealer saddles Land Cruiser uh, warranty. You just pick 3, 4, 5 of these keywords that are in the headline, and the article will pop right up on Google for you. So it's real easy to find any of these articles that I'm showing you. This one right here, this is pretty interesting. Dealer saddles on saddles a 2024 Land Cruiser with 15 grand worth of extra, including a 3K windshield warranty. Windshield warranty I could care less about, but these other ones are quite funny. Okay, so this is we see it on here. It's a 77 or 70, excuse me, $78,000 MSRP, and we end up with 92,800, so 93 grand for this. But look at this. Ready? This is interesting. Okay, let's do. We're not spend a lot of time on this, but it's funny. Premium ceramic window tint is $3,000, and it's for the rear windows only. Okay, on Tina's 4Runner, we put premium ceramic window tint done from a very reputable shop, and it cost us like $190 to do the two side windows. Okay, so I mean, realistically, maybe $500, but the dealership is charging you $3,000 for ceramic window tint. This one here cracks me up even more. All-terrain tires. Okay, $5,000, and it includes a credit for the OEM, meaning that they're taking your old tires and going to resell them. This should be a $500 upgrade. $500 upgrade, not a $5,000 upgrade. These tires, brand new, are going to cost for this in this size probably cost $1,300 for these tires, and you're probably, because your brand new one, your OEMs had never been drove on before. If you had to dealer swap these out and do that right at the spot, you could have sold your OEM ones for probably $800. Makes it about a $500 upgrade. They're charging you $5,000. Ceramic coating, this ceramic exterior protection. Believe me, most of the time they're just doing a stupid spray. This is the biggest hoax there is in the car dealership industry. Some may do it right, but most are just spraying on a ceramic wax, being done out in no time. Stain master interior protection. They're going to spray your seats with a little bit of Scotch Guard. This is the biggest joke ever here. And then $3,000 limited warranty on your windshield stuff. So here it is for you, but this is the kind of stuff you got to watch out for. Do the math, and this is not specifically Toyota. Okay, we get this stuff a lot. My local dealers here, they'll do a lift. They'll put a spacer block level kit on the front of a Ford Ranger here by me, and they'll charge you $5,000 for it. You know, and it's literally a $150 part, and it's an hour of labor. So like I said, you got to watch all these kind of things the way these dealers do this. But this one here, this one sets the cake as an example of some pretty ridiculous stuff that we're seeing right here. You can read the article if you want to. It's really all that matters in here. Just it's a blast. This is insane. Moving on from there, the Hurricane motor. Who makes it, and where's it going to come from? This is pretty interesting that I found this. I was pretty excited to read it. This Hurricane motor has tremendous potential. Okay, I love this. I love this motor. It is an inline 6. Inline 6s versus a V6 and inline is going to be much more balanced. It produces more low-end power. It has half the moving parts. It has half the complexity. The only problem with them and why people don't use them so much is they're too hard to fit in sideways for front-wheel drive vehicles. Okay, they're very difficult for that to fit in there and get the trans connected and do that stuff. But an inline 6 is amazing. And Ram has always done really well with the Cummins inline 6, which is one of the best motors ever made. Anyway, we know that the Hurricane model is coming. It's going to be fitted into a lot of vehicles. Where is it made? Well, short version, where did I see it? Right here. Well, Stellantis has its headquarters in the Netherlands. Who cares? The Hurricane, right here. The Hurricane is built in Salto Alto engine plant in Mexico. Okay, so just so you know, if you're interested, that may affect your opinion of it. It may not. Many great vehicles have come from Mexico. Many parts are built in Mexico. Many, you weigh that for what it's worth. Like, for example, the new 2024 Tacoma, made in Mexico. The third gen, half of the third gen Tacomas, made in Mexico. So you weigh that as your own consideration, but it's my job to tell you where it was. Whether that'll influence your option or not, that is up to you. Me personally, I don't care where it's built. It's a motor. As long as it works good and does what it's supposed to, I'll be happy. But some people this will matter to, and is information, so I gave it to you. These charts crack me up. I don't pay much attention to them. I don't put any faith in them. I believe they are paid. I'm not a fan of this stuff. None of these matter. But like I said, I've heard from multiple times from you guys that you enjoy reading them, whether you believe them or not. So we're gonna whip through this one very, very quickly. 25 cars most likely and least likely to face future recalls. Okay. Now this is funny too. Expected 30-year lifetime recalls compared to medium. 30 years? Come on. There's not a car, there's not a vehicle on this list that will be alive in 30 years. Okay, not one that will even be alive in 30 years. But anyway, here it is right here. Here's your ranking. These are the worst, the ones that are most likely to face a recall, and how many times more likely than some other compared to the average. So here you go. You can whip right through them, blah, blah, blah. There they are for you. Interesting. And then we come down here to the least likely ones. Okay, these are least likely to. Notice there's no Toyota anywhere on this entire list, good or bad. There is no Chevy on this list, good or bad. There is no Hyundai on this list, good or bad. I mean, there's no, this list is ridiculous as far as I'm concerned, but the article is here for you again. Type in Autoblog 25 cars, most likely, least likely, and this will pop right up for you. If you want to dive into it, read more for yourself. We're moving on from there. This one right here, Indiana dealer won't move a 2021 used 1500 TRX for $7,100. Okay, it takes takes an L like the Pacers. So this is a used one. It's got 5,200 miles on it. It's a 2021 Ram TRX, 1500 TRX, and his dealer took it to auction, and he's not letting it go because he thinks that he should get more out of it. The highest bid went for $71,500, which is roughly the base MSRP. This truck had a few extra options, bringing it total to $81,600 for MSRP, but the highest bid it got was $71,500, and he wouldn't let it go. You have to understand it. And the reason I pulled this up and showed it is because this is important for all of us to know. The market fluctuates for cars just like the stock market does. Every single day, there are changes that happen. And the whole entire industry is based on those changes that do happen. So taking that into consideration, understand that like for example, I have a good friend of mine that just ended up buying he bought a 2024 Raptor R. Okay, he drove it for 3 months. He turned around, he sold it, he made good money on it. But then now that same company that same company that bought his, he was talking to them and they were saying, no, now today we would have gave you 10 grand less today than we would have gave you 3 weeks ago. See, this stuff varies tremendously based on the market. And right now in our world today, you can buy a brand new 2023 on a lot, brand new 2023 TRX for 10 grand under MSRP, brand new on a lot. Yet this dealership doesn't understand that. They're not paying attention to what goes on in the market. They're not realizing that this highest bid of $71,500, you're not going to do any better on this truck. It is a used one. It's a 2021. This is the MSRP of it. You're never going to do this when you can go out and buy a 2023 and get it for 10 grand under MSRP right now all day long. So interesting that people, including dealerships, do not pay attention to what happens in the world. Every day, the market changes, just like the stock market for autos, for any automotive stuff is changing every single day. You might get a value on your car and you go, oh, that sucks, that trade-in's no good, but you might go back a week later and they offer you $1,000 more for it. Understand, it's worth watching what happens in the market. It changes every day based on the amount of new cars sold versus the availability of used car inventory, based on new car inventory, based on so many factors, based on interest rates, based on everything. The market changes daily. Moving on from there, Mitsubishi is plotting its return to greatness in North America. Announces a Momentum Project 2030 project here. Sorry, I jump ahead sometimes, but announces what they call the Momentum 2030 project. So what we're seeing here, and I'll show you some photos. Basically, Mitsubishi's coming back to North America. They're going to bring some EVs, some gas-powered engines. They got some plans here. I'll show you some of their pictures here. if they're going to show us anything, but they're coming back. And Mitsubishi's an amazing company. They do absolutely fantastic. And they build great cars. When I was a kid, the Mitsubishi Eclipse was like the rocket ship. Man, that thing, the cockpit of that thing was incredible. I mean, I always loved Mitsubishi vehicles. They scream quality. They do a fantastic job. And it's a shame that they've been gone. And they also, like you see here, they make some killer deals on some little everyday commuter cars and things like that. Mitsubishi was a fantastic company, is a fantastic company, and I look forward to them coming back here. And I'm hoping that they do it pretty quick because, like I said, you barely ever heard anything bad about them. They were just good, rock solid, and affordable, and we can use, excuse me, we can use more competition here in the auto industry to help keep prices down. So I'm excited for their return. Hopefully they get here pretty quick. So that is going to end everything we got for you on this news feed, and we will talk to you soon. Thanks.